Hi, Anissa Coy here with Firehouse Education and this week's Ask Anissa video column. And I'm actually coming to you today from a job site, and it's crazy windy here and very cold. Thus, my hands are a little gloved, so hopefully the wind won't be too horribly loud. We have like state advisory warnings all over our Washington state right now for this crazy wind. But what I want to do for you guys this week is I've actually decided to do another series for you all that I know a lot of you really enjoyed, the cat loss series that we just recently did on the Ask Anissa column. And this series is going to be on dealing with adjusters. And the reason I'm doing this is I probably get 2 or 3 emails a week, easy, with people asking me questions about adjusters. You know, how do I get them to send me work? How do I get them to pay my scope? I got this adjuster that won't give me, you know, this advance on a job, and how do I get them to do that for me? And things like this. And, you know, I want to do something on a job, and the adjuster says, no, that doesn't need to be done, but I know it does to do the job right. What do I do? So there's just a lot of questions there. So I thought if I did this series that it might be something that would be very valuable to you and help you. And what I decided to do was to kind of chunk it down into 4 major categories, if you will, or topics that we'll talk about and cover over the next few weeks, okay? So, you know, there's a couple things I want to say at the very beginning here before we get started on this, all right? In my almost 16 years in this business and almost 1,400 jobs under our belt, I want to say straight up, and there will be some in this industry that might disagree with me, adjusters are not your enemy, okay? Regardless of how you may feel about an adjuster, you know what, maybe somebody's treated you bad on a job. And don't get me wrong, there are bad apples out there, just like in any industry, okay, or field. But an adjuster is not your enemy. An adjuster is actually your partner, okay? And that might be tough for some of you to swallow, but it's the truth. And working with them is not only going to make your job in life so much easier, but it's going to ensure the success of your business, okay? Because you got to work with adjusters. They kind of come hand in hand with insurance work, okay? So realize that they're not out to get you, okay? They have a tough job. They have a very tough job, all right? They are often not liked by the homeowner. They are the bearer of bad news when they have to tell them policies exclude certain things. The adjuster's doing his job. He didn't write the policy. He didn't sell them the policy. He just had to deliver the news, and sometimes it's not good, okay? Adjusters, you being in this industry, you know that this industry can be very slam bam, okay? We get lots of work that comes in all at once. We're working late hours. We're out, you know, sucking up water at midnight, or we're out on a fire job at 6 a.m. and this sort of thing. And it gets very tough, okay? And an adjuster has sometimes a couple hundred jobs in a month that they'll do. We have adjusters in our area that will drive up to 3,500 miles in a month because we have very rural territories. Imagine that. That's a lot, okay? So they have a tough job. Just get present to that, all right? They're not your enemy. They do have a tough job, and I promise you they're not out to get you, all right? Now, again, that being said, there are some out there that, yeah, I'd prefer not to work with so much. But for the most part, if you can work a system together in your business in how you and your staff deal with adjusters, it can not only make your life easier, but it can literally make your business bloom, prosper, and grow, okay? So that being said, let's get into the first topic. And I have a lot of things written down here that I want to be sure and touch base with you on, so I'm going to take a quick peek at my notes here. So the number one thing I want to talk to you about is, we're asked this all the time, how do you find adjusters? How do I get a hold of them? All right, like I just said, some of these guys will have a couple hundred jobs in a month. Forget if they get hit with cat losses or a disaster in their area, and that driving 3,500 miles a month takes a lot of their time. So they have gatekeepers, they have office staff, they have voicemails and this sort of thing to, you know, help shield them from, it's not just, you don't just walk into an office and go, hi, I'd like to talk to the adjuster on duty right now. That's not really the way it works, okay? So to get a hold of them, there's a lot of ways to do this, all right? And there's some real advanced tactics, but here's a couple of basic ones that I want to give you that you can definitely do, A lot of you aren't doing these even though they're basic, so listen up. The first one is ask your homeowner. Oftentimes you're going to get a call from a current database client that you have or a referral. And when you get called out on that job, first thing you do, of course, right, is talk, who's your insurance company? Have you called and processed a claim? If they haven't, have them do so. If they have you been assigned an adjuster? And ask for their name, phone number, email, and information. Okay? Not only so that you can contact them on this job and start having conversation with them, building the relationship, which we'll talk about later, but so you can also start marketing them, right? Get them on your client newsletter list and start doing that touching with them and creating that relationship with the adjuster, okay? Sounds very simple and basic, but I'm amazed at how many people do not do this to get a hold of the adjuster. They'll go out, do the job, print up the estimate, scope, and they hand it to the homeowner and say, here, will you submit this for me? Wrong. That's not the way to do it, okay? The second way that you can get a hold of adjuster or their information is talk to the agent. Talk to agents in your area. Insurance agents are wonderful assets to your business. So if you and a homeowner does not have an adjuster signed, ask who their insurance agent is. Go have a conversation with their insurance agent or a phone. And it can be a phone call. You don't have to go physically to their office. And ask them if there's been an adjuster assigned. Can you get you that information because you'd like to talk to them about the claim? Okay. Start your database ASAP. Gather up these adjusters' information. If you don't have a claim, some insurance agents that sell like independent policies, then you can, they actually will have set independent adjusters that work with, like, say in our area, USAA, Liberty Mutual. They have set independent adjusters that they work with in our area. If I go to an insurance agent and say, hey, I'd like to know who your local Liberty Mutual adjuster is or are, if there are more than one, they'll give me their information, okay? So just remember, those are two of the basic ways that you can get a hold of adjuster information. And of course, don't be spammy. Don't be obnoxious when you get all this adjuster information. Be cool. Start creating that great relationship with them, providing results and value so that they'll want to hear from you and take your phone call. All right? Okay, so that's the first thing we've covered is how to find the adjusters, how to get in contact with them and get their information. And like I said, there's a few more advanced tactics, but these are two of the basics. So there you go. Now, we're going to cover on our next video, the second topic I want to go over with you is building a relationship with an adjuster, okay? So you're not going to want to miss out. Thank you so much for watching and spending time with me. As you know, I value your time. Be sure and subscribe if you are not to the YouTube channel. If you are subscribed to the YouTube channel, awesome, you're one of the cool kids. And be sure that you are subscribed to the rnrmagonline.com's e-newsletter so that you get this video every week in your email box and don't miss out because you, I promise, will not want to miss the next few videos coming up in this series dealing with the adjuster. All right, so on that note, I thank you and I will see you on the next video.